Hello YouTube, Freddie Cardona here. In this Fred Drives episode, we're heading down to Edison, New Jersey. We're gonna take the Parkway South, and I am using Waze to take me there. Now, I've been there before, I know where to go, I know how to get there, but I always use Waze because if there is a problem in traffic, it will reroute me, and I like that, to get me there as soon as safely possible. And I say safely possible because when I say get me there as early and fast as possible, I mean I'm not going to be recklessly speeding, but will take me to highways that are less congested. So that's what I mean by getting me there quicker, but as safe as possible. So we're now on the Southbound Parkway, which many New Jerseyans are very familiar with. The time is 9:30 in the morning. So grab your popcorn and join me on this Fred Drives episode as I try to stick to this 55-mile-per-hour limit. And it's very rare, right, for people to go 55. I've seen cases where someone is driving 55 miles an hour and the cars behind them are kind of like flashing your high beams, honking the horn, trying to get you to move. My feeling is if I'm going to go 55 miles an hour, I'm going to stay right here on the right lane. And then I figure if I'm going to go a little bit faster, I'll go to the middle lane. And if I really want to go fast, I'll go over to the left lane. But as all of us seasoned drivers know, when you're in the left lane, you're expected to move over for other faster driving cars. I also go on to say that probably the left lane should only be left for emergency vehicles, and we should really stay on the right and middle lanes. However, with the traffic and the amount of cars on the roads in a state that's as congested as New Jersey, that's not really feasible. You really need all your lanes. So it's up to us to use proper driving protocol as we go past exit 154, which will take us to 46 West Clifton. So I guess you can call this a tour of the Parkway South. Got some clouds up there in the sky, as you can see in the video. Not too much sun glare. As we head down to Edison, New Jersey. I get to bring you guys with me, and I appreciate the company. These Fred Drives episodes are really fun to make as we go underneath Colfax Avenue and fast approaching exit 153, which would take everyone to the Lincoln Tunnel, the Meadowlands Complex, and New York City. So I don't know what episode of Fred Drives this one is off the top of my head. These particular Fred Drives videos do not really get as many views as my Pride in Paterson videos. I'm not sure how my other series called Fred Travels, I'm not sure how those videos compare to my Fred Drives videos, but we're approaching the Brookdale South rest area. For those weary travelers who just want to stop, get something to eat, we're approaching exit 151, which will take you to Montclair and Nutley. And if you see to my right, there's a hospital that you can go to if you take exit 151. So I have Waze on, but for some reason I can't hear the directions, which I really don't need because you can see the navigator, and you can see where you have to go as we go underneath Route 3 and we go past exit 153. Going back to my Fred Drives videos, if you guys have noticed, there's always videos that have narration like this one, and there are videos that have music. As we go past the local 1262 United Food and Commercial Workers Union building on the right. We're entering Essex County right now. So usually I always have, for those of you that have been following my channel will know that I always have a dash cam in the car. So depending on an errand that I'm running, gasoline prices are $2.64 here at the Brookdale Sunoco at the service area. So depending on the errand that I'm running, I might be listening to music, I might be listening to the news, or I might have Mrs. Cardona in the car and we're in conversation as we go past Bloomfield with the next 3 exits. So when I do those, when I drive around in those scenarios, the conversation might be boring to you guys because it's only about what's going on with us, or the music. I cannot put commercial music on a YouTube video because I'll get a copyright strike. So when any of those scenarios occur, for those of you who follow me for my Fred Drives videos, that is the reason you will see a video with narration. With music, with music. So today I decided not to put on any music. I'm on my way to work. I've been asked to work at Edison, and that's the reason we're doing this video today. I am on my way to Edison to do some work. I will be there till 5:30 tonight. Till 7 tonight. So far, we're still in winter time. It's January, late January 27th to be exact, as we approach exit 149. Now I'm going to merge over to the middle here because I have Easy Pass, and I want to use the Easy Pass lanes. $1.90 is the toll here in 2021. So for those of you watching my videos in the future, if you're watching this video in 2022, 2023, 2030, 2040, I may not be on the earth at that time, but for those of you watching this video 30 years from now, you see that the tolls are $1.90 here on the Parkway. You guys in the 2040s and 2050s might have flying cars. If you do, comment down below. Let us know that you have flying cars. That's actually funny because if you're watching this in 2040 or 2050, obviously everyone there will know you have flying cars, right? Flying cars. I did not think that I would ever be talking about flying cars in one of my Fred Drives videos. I did want to take this time to thank you guys for watching all of my videos as we approach the exits 147 East Orange, 148 Bloomfield, 149 Glen Ridge, and Belleville. I do understand that I have 3 specific playlists on there, and I appreciate especially my Pride in Paterson subscribers. As you guys know, I am a proud Patersonian. And for those of you Patersonians who subscribe to my channel for the purpose of watching a Pride in Paterson video, and we're passing 149, I want to thank you for understanding that there are other videos that I upload. And of course, you're always welcome to watch these videos as well. Of course, that's up to you, but I do appreciate the viewership nonetheless. I think on average, the Fred Drives videos, they get about 80 views, 60 to 80 views as I go past 148. Again, I only make these videos, I love making videos, I love making content. That's the main reason. and I love sharing it. I mean, I love sharing the content with people. Also, as a YouTube viewer myself, I like going on YouTube and viewing a lot of different genres, different modes of YouTubers. I like driving videos. I like the idea as we'll head over here to 145. I like the idea of, watching a YouTube video where, let's say someone is driving, let's say in California, Santa Monica Boulevard, Florida, Texas, Oklahoma, Alabama, Michigan, Texas. Did I say Texas? And it kind of puts you on that road, and you can, I guess, travel. What's the word I'm looking for? When you're traveling through someone else's YouTube video. So yeah, I guess I'm virtually traveling, right? When I watch those videos as we come up to exit 147 East Orange. We're about 23 minutes away from our destination. We're 22 miles away. Oh, the word I was looking for is vicariously, I think. I live vicariously, or I will travel vicariously through those videos. Is that the word? That's the word that comes to mind as we go underneath Springdale Avenue. So we have a sign here saying that the next two exits will be Newark, New Jersey, and the oranges. Traditionally, this is around this part of the Parkway, at least up here in the north. This is traditionally 45 miles per hour, folks. Be careful. A lot of us are traveling 55. We head into this section not realizing that the speed limit went down. So if anyone is traveling on the Parkway, this particular area here, you have to slow it down just a bit. Just a little bit, as we head underneath William Street. In a lot of my Fred Drives videos, I primarily am in a city, and I generally stop at the bus stops and kind of call out what buses go on that road. Obviously, I can't do that here. So no bus information will be given on this Fred Drives video. I'm going to let you listen to the organic sounds for a few minutes. Let me bring the window down so you guys can hear how noisy it can be. Okay, I did say a few minutes, but it is cold out there. So I decided to roll the windows up. So I should have said a few seconds. Exits 144 South Orange Avenue, 143C to Irvington. We are headed down the Parkway. The Parkway South, to be exact. As we approach Maplewood Hillside from exits 143 B and A. It's very humbling to know, how many, as we go under 18th Avenue, how many subscribers this channel has received. And again, I owe that all to you guys as we pass a accident on the left side, going north up there on our left side. One car spun around. I believe I uploaded my very first video back in 2009. And that was a very primitive video taken with a flip phone camera. And I went with a couple of friends to Great Adventure, and we were at the zoo portion where the animals are. I forget the name of that particular park that's within Great Adventure, and they have the animals. The name escapes me right now. As we approach 143A Hillside, that's the exit to Hillside. So yeah, little did I know then that YouTube would be so big in terms of viewership in social media. I always thought that you upload a video, no one's gonna see it. We're approaching exit 141, Vauxhall Road. Did I pronounce that right? Let me know in the comments. For those New Jersey travelers that go to the airport and are frequent flyers, you will recognize the following exits coming up as we pass 142A, which is also the exit to Newark Airport. We have a speeding blue car on the left-hand side. I hope he stays safe. You know, we tend to forget when we're driving how fast we're going. You know, we're encased in this metal and glass, and you don't feel the wind in your hair, and you're not aware of the dangers. At least, I mean, we are aware, but we're not thinking of it as we're driving. And a lot of these drivers that are just flying by, and they're doing 77 and 80 and 85, and you know, you can't tell people what to do. You can't tell them to slow down. They're gonna say, you know, mind your own business. I'm gonna drive the way I want to drive. And I guess to an extent that is true as we head past exit 140 to Union. But what a lot of these careless drivers don't realize, yes, this is your car, it's your life, it's your business. However, that behavior will and may affect others. Because right now, if one of these guys that are driving recklessly and fast up ahead of me, they get into an accident, the faster you're going, the worse the damage to the car and your body may be. And you're going to block traffic, making a lot of us late for work. You're going to affect your family members. If you get really hurt, you're going to affect your finances. If you have a prolonged hospitalization, and if it's a fatal accident and you die in this accident, you've affected your family for the rest of their lives. So yeah, it's true that it's your car, it's your life, it's your business, how you want to drive, but it will adversely affect others, and that's when it becomes other people's business. Especially if someone's going to work and they're late because of someone else's careless driving, blocking the roads with the accidents. 137 exit Roselle Park and Cranford. We're also, Kenilworth is in this area. The Galloping Hill Golf Course is here to the right. For those of you who have stuck with me this far, I thank you. We're 19 minutes in, or 15 minutes. I'm not really sure. But it's a long video, and I do appreciate anyone that has hung on for this long. As we exit 130, as we go by exit 138. It's not that heavy. The traffic is really okay so far, knock on wood. So yeah, going back to driving, we don't realize how dangerous going really fast is. The chances of getting into a really, really bad accident, your chances of getting hurt increases the faster you drive. And what I've always noticed is, from some friends, not many, when they get pulled over and they get a ticket for speeding, the first thing I hear is quota this, quota that, go out and the cop should go out and find other criminals and other people that are breaking the law. But my contention is this: you and me alone, we can control our foot, right? And our gas pedal. For instance, I know as a driver that if I'm going to drive 85 miles an hour, forget about the quotas, forget about gung-ho cops, forget about corruption if there is any. A lot of people say there is. Forget about all of that. If you're driving, or if I'm driving 85 miles per hour and I get pulled over for speeding, I have no business complaining that I got pulled over for speeding. It's about accountability. Forget quotas. Forget gung-ho cops. It's my responsibility. It's not the cop's fault that I made the choice to drive 85 miles per hour. I got pulled over many years ago going up to Sparta, and I was on Route 80, and I have to admit that I wasn't paying attention to my speed, and a state trooper was on the median in the middle as we go past 135. As I go past the state trooper, I notice he comes out, he lights me up, pulls me over. And the first thing he asked me is, do you know why I stopped you? And I said, I asked him, was I going too fast? And he said, yeah, you were going 77 in a 55. And I actually thanked him because I had no idea I was going that fast. And mind you, the faster you're going, the more of the possibility of you getting hurt in an accident. So I thanked him for stopping me from flying down Route 80, and he asked me where I was going, and I told him, you know, I was responsible for opening up a facility, and I needed to make sure I get there on time. But I also told him that was no excuse for me to break the speeding laws. So he checked my record, saw that it was clean. He came back, he gave me a warning. It was a piece of paper that with your name, you know, and saying that you know, this is a warning. So he didn't give me a ticket, and he told me to slow down when I'm on these highways. And a lot of people would say, you don't tell me what to do, but I took it a different way. I took it as him telling me, listen, slow down. I don't want to have to pull you over again. I don't want you to get killed out here. I don't want to have to be the one to call your family or loved one if you get killed out on this highway. So he's telling me to slow down. So that's telling me he doesn't want to give me tickets. He wants me to slow down. That's his purpose, is for me to slow down. He doesn't want to have to come up on a fatal accident involving me. So that was my interaction with that state trooper. Very respectful. Was not nasty at all, and he was definitely an asset to the state police here in New Jersey, which I think we have a fine state police. But that would go with any interaction. You know, if I'm speeding, I can't get mad at the police officer, right? It was my fault. I'm the one driving this car. Like right now, the speed limit is 55, and I was going 65. So if I would have gotten pulled over, I'm not going to complain to the cop. I'm the one driving over the speed limit. We're entering Middlesex County here on Parkway South. So yeah, we're all accountable for our own behavior. Those guys just have a job to do. Just like we have our jobs. When we get to our jobs, we have to perform the duties of our jobs. I can't tell a police officer who saw me going past the red light or past the stop sign to not, you know, oh, this, you know, don't do your job, you know. can't do that. The guy's got a job to do. So if that state trooper would have given me the ticket, I would have paid the ticket and moved on. A lot of people will say, well, you're going to get points on your driver's license. You should go to court and see if you can get it downgraded, dismissed. But that goes back to what I say about accountability. So what's the accountability? Let's all drive 300 miles an hour. That's an exaggeration, by the way. Let's all drive 80 miles an hour because we know we're going to dismiss the ticket or talk to the prosecutor, get it downgraded. So what's the point in having these laws and these speed limits to try to keep the populace safe, right? What's the point? You know, a lot of people will say, well, you know, finances, it's expensive. You might get points on your insurance. You're going to pay more money. All the more reason to be accountable for the way we drive. If you stay within the speed limits, guess what? We're not going to have to worry about finances. We're not going to have to worry about tickets. We're not going to have to worry about court. We're not going to have to worry about points on our license and our insurance company. Let me let this person come in. I think he put his... Did he put his signal? He put his signal light on. He wanted to merge over here. Oh well. We're going past 132. I apologize. I think I missed a few exits back there. 132, 131, Metuchen, Iceland. So yeah, everyone can say, yeah, well, you know, you should fight it because it's expensive. I say, no. What I should have done is driven the speed limit. That's what I should have done. I committed the offense of speeding. I'm gonna own up to it. I'm not gonna fight with the officer. I'm gonna thank him for stopping me, and maybe, you never know, man. One of these times that any police officer stopped any one of us for speeding, especially on a highway, we never know. That could have been a lifesaver. Oh, I gotta get off at exit 130B. So let me merge. You never know. They could have, one of those traffic stops, unbeknownst to us, may have saved our lives. We never know. So I always try to drive like a grandfather and stay within the speed limit, much to the chagrin of the cars behind me. But that's because at the end of the day, I want to get home to Mrs. Freddie Cardona. And I want to maintain a clean driving record. So that means I need to follow the speed limit and the laws on the road. We've got to go to 1 South Trenton, 130B. To be or not to be, 130B. That was another corny dad joke. So we've left the Parkway and we are now on Route 1, I believe. 1 South? Yep, 1 South. There it is right there. 1 South. So yeah, when you're on the roads, guys, stay safe. Try to stay within the speed limit. I can literally hear someone right now saying, I ain't staying in no darn limit. I love speed. If you are that person, just please be careful. If you love driving fast, please, we just ask, be careful. We don't want you to hurt any one of us out here. We don't want you to get hurt. We want everyone alive on these highways. No sadness. We're going past an exit to Ford Avenue. So now the tour becomes Route 1 South. And I am thoroughly impressed if anyone have stayed on with me this long. If you have, leave me a comment down below. Let me know you stayed with me throughout this whole thing. And I may give you guys a shout out in my next Fred Drives videos, especially if you stayed with me this long. We're going past Houlihan's, Little Italy. Now, just a quick announcement. If I do offer to give you a shout out because you stayed with me this long, I hope that your username, your YouTube channel, is easy to pronounce. And for the most part, there are most of the YouTube channels that are subscribers to me are easy to pronounce. But if I mispronounce your name, I want to apologize in advance. Here on Route 1 South, we're going past Parsonage Road. There's a Panera Bread here to our right, Exxon gas station, Nordstrom's. This is the Menlo Park Mall to the right-hand side. So if anyone wants to go to the Menlo Park Mall, you know where it is now. As we pass by McDonald's and that flappy wind guy, that plastic that you usually see at the car dealers, they're all over now. As we go past the Menlo Park Diner, Grandview Ave to the right. Now we have a park here to the right. It's called Roosevelt Park. Is there to the right. And my navigator is telling me that in 1.5 miles I need to make a right-hand turn. So I'm gonna come over here to the right-hand lane. As we approach the exit to 287, which will take us to Morristown, Mahwah, and Perth Amboy here in New Jersey. My parents, who I'm first generation American, Puerto Rican American, but my parents came over from the old country, from the islands, and I used to remember they used to always say that we had family in Pesamboy. Pesamboy, that's how they used to say it. Familia en Pesamboy. Vamos a Pesamboy. And I always wondered, Pesamboy, what is Pesamboy? Because I was born here and was, of course, English was my primary language, and I would always hear them, and I love my parents, but I would always hear the words Pesamboy. What is Pesamboy? Pesamboy. Vamos pa Pesamboy. And I guess later on, as I got older, I realized they were talking about Perth Amboy. So I always remember that. Every time I go past Perth Amboy, I remember my parents going, Pesamboy. Vamos para Pesamboy. We're going to Perth Amboy. Perth Amboy. Vamos para Pesamboy. Okay, we are going past 531 South, Bonham Town, which I think that's our exit. That is our exit. Almost missed it. Talking about my dad's accent with Perth Amboy. You know, for a lot of us first generation citizens who have parents from the old country, whether you're Italian, Irish, Puerto Rican, Cuban, you know, any of these other countries, and you know your parents have these deep accents, and of course as the generations go, the accents start going away. But you know, when we're young, we're little kids, we make fun of those. At least I did. We make fun of the accents. But as you grow older, and like my dad's not with me anymore. He passed away in '85, and you come to miss it. You come to miss, you know, a lot of the stuff that you went through as a child with your parents, right? We passed Millbrook Road. We are now, I believe, in Edison, New Jersey. We're going past the deli, the Bonham Town Food. So let's see which way my navigator will take me now. We're actually only 2 minutes away, and I will be beyond surprised if any one of you guys have lasted this long on a video, this long on a drive, this long, and you guys have stayed with me till the end. If you have, I salute you. These long videos, I generally do not like to make them, but I didn't want to do a speeded up video. I wanted to do a real-time video. Where am I? This is, I guess, Woodbridge Road, right? I believe it is. Woodbridge Road. So if I remember correctly, let me see. So my navigator is telling me that my destination is on the left. However, I don't believe I could access it up ahead. So I'm going to make this left right here. We have a Wawa in a strip mall over here. Yep. Yeah, this is the best place to go to get to my destination. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. If you've stayed here this long, please put it in the comments. Let me know that you stayed here this long. And let's see, what word shall we type? Okay, so if you stayed here this long, type in Perth Amboy in the comments. If without any other words, just Perth Amboy. Let's drive everybody nuts who have not watched the entire video, wondering why are you guys typing in Perth Amboy in comments. So yes, type in Perth Amboy in the comments, only Perth Amboy. That'll let me know that you've watched the whole video, and I will give you a shout out in my next Fred Drives video. Just remember, type in Perth Amboy. Thank you very much, guys. We'll see you on the next video. If you're interested in knowing where I'm going to go next, please click on the subscribe button. This way you'll be notified when I upload the video that it's up. You'll be notified, and you'll be able to see that video. Thank you again, guys. Have a great day, and we'll see you on the next video.